What's up, guys? We're back with some more Chaos Zero Nightmare. We are not only going to be getting into the promotion mission for passing or hitting level 40, we're also going to be taking a look at the Zero system. Zero system is actually pretty intricate and definitely something you want to make sure you're aware of, because it is going to be what I consider the step into mid-game, end-game. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. As you can see, this is my current layout. We got Mika, Rin, Hugo, pretty strong builds. Main thing is that I would even still consider these, even though these came from Nightmare mode, from the Chaos Manifestation, these are still early game builds, and that's just because of the accessibility to enhance cards, those rare epiphanies and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about that in a moment, but with this boss, man, you got a lot of shield that you got to get through. So it's definitely a really interesting fight. I would say things that are going to help out a lot is single target damage. Now, of course, I'm going to be taking advantage of things like Source of Water, etc. So we can try to get this work down as quickly as possible, and not really taking as much hits. So if you can, make a build before this that allows you to get more AP, that really is going to help you quite a bit. So let's actually go for the shield here. All right, and then the first aid, we don't need it, but I mean, might as well use it since it's here. All right, so this is already a pretty solid start. Let's go into stance. Get ourselves this little buff. Quick fix. Now I'm probably gonna move through this a little bit quicker. All right, let's see what we got here. So we got a pulverized card. I mean, we could, do I want to use that on the shield already though? I could do that. Or we could go for darkness card. So let's do it. I go pulverize. Oh my God, actually, I'm glad I did it the other way because that just spiked my damage so much. We go hunting instinct. There we go. Yeah, that spiked my damage a ton on that. All right, let's go for the drawing slash. And I think here, I think either one can go. We only have one in our hand right now. And I think this is a number of skill cards in hand. Yeah, we only have one. So, I mean, we do get a little bit of damage there. But if we have more skill cards in our hand, that actually would pop off a little bit more. And we go defense system. So that kind of reduces some of that incoming damage that we're about to take. All right, so we got another pulverized card. I'm going to use it because we're almost to a reshuffle. I know some of you guys are like, wait, you know how many cards it takes to reshuffle? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right, so I can go ahead and use that. Do we want to go throw dagger here or consecutive attack? Consecutive attack. There we go. Got a crit off on that. Let's go for a heal. And yeah, we should be good. We're in pretty good standing for the boss. Gets a ton of damage there, but that's okay because we're gonna go stance card. This, ooh, do we want to? No, we don't want to do that. We want to do drawing slash. Pulverize into a quick fix, I think should break him. All right, hunting instincts. Only got one skill card, but that should be enough. There we go. Dude, it's like so crazy. Like if you understand like how your cards work, you can do stuff like that, and it's just insane. A little RNG when it comes to those scenarios, but it can play really well in your favor if you know what you're doing. All right, so let's see here. We got to actually get to our... We're going to shield here. I did want to heal here, but we're going to go for the Nodge card. Gamble a little bit. Yeah, because we got to get through 4,000 shield, dude, and that's not easy. But what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and use our Eagle card. So we can get a little bit of AP. This will heal us. So that's another big deal. Let's see what we got going on here. Pulverize is such a good card. but I want to make sure I amplify and mark and do all that debuff stuff first before I go ahead and use this. We will use this now so we can get the most out of my AP. I got to remember to use those earlier because you just get way more value when you use them earlier. Let's go with the weaken effect. All right. And then now we use the pulverize. So look at that, right? That's a good chunk of damage that it actually will take. He does get to do some damage here. Gonna reapply our shield just a little bit. All right, let's see what we can do. So we get 2 resolve. The resolve is actually really good for or is that fortitude? No, I think that's for like doing more damage, but let's see here. Let's go with the draw. Nice. Okay, he's about to hit me like I stole something. Let's go whirlpool here. All right, yeah, let's go whirlpool there. All right, so we got in total like 4,000 more to work through here, which isn't too bad. Still a pain, but we can make it work. I have no commits to hunts, so let's see if I can get one. Nope, it didn't give me any. Yeah, 675 on this is actually pretty insane. There we go. We got another fan. All right, let's see here. All right, so we're working them down pretty well. I think we should have enough HP to still be able to beat this. No problem. So let's go for the weakness. Stance card. Let me think here. Could go for another drawing slash. 1 turn. I know he's about to do something here. We got 2 skill cards, so go ahead and get those extra hits in. All right. Yeah, we're almost done with this shield, man. Here we go. Boom. All right, let's see. I think we rotate into some really good cards here. Let's see how we're gonna play this. We're gonna go with the commits to hunt because we got a ton of skill cards, so we get 4 off of that. We're gonna mark, and then we'll go for the pulverize. Look at that. Now we're on the HP bar. Nice. Okay, so we're looking pretty good here. He is gonna get a hit off, but I think I actually get another pulverized card. Yes. Dude, this is kind of crazy when you know what cards you have. Okay, so we're gonna go for the retain here. Or actually, do I want to play her tactical analysis first? Yeah, let's always play that first. Get that out the way. We'll go enter. Yep, and then we'll go for the pulverize. That's gonna be interesting. I see what it does to them because it does change what they're gonna do initially. Huh. Let me think about this. We could go for the extra damage here. I'm a weaken first. Okay. Ooh. So we got 6 turns, technically. I want to see what the throw dagger does. Oh, I think we might get the kill. Because this will give me an extra commits to hunt. Oh, it gave it to me. That's huge. We kill. Look at that. Get him. Get him. Yo, this fight is funny. All right, so there you go. We actually beat it. That's so funny. Now, of course, that's going to allow me to upgrade. We get new story, which again is huge because that means there's more EXP, more things for us to go and claim. And guess what also comes with this? More currency, more EXP, all of that, right? So we're starting to get 800 EXP per run. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Now, before we jump into that, we also have more battle missions. I forgot about that. But before we jump into any of that, I have a whole separate video looking at that stuff. One of the things that's going to be really huge, obviously, is that at level 40, which we currently are, you have the zero system that unlocks. Now, I want to actually talk about this a little bit because the zero system is a little bit different than, obviously, the chaos manifestation. Really understanding what you're doing with the chaos manifestation is really important too, because the chaos manifestation is all about just kind of getting you acclimated to the game. I will say that for the most part, I really got to make my build work and figuring out the ins and outs of what cards I potentially need. So I feel like going into the Codex is actually like a souped up version of all of the things that you're dealing with in the chaos manifestation. Now, a couple of different things before we go and look at the Codex itself is that you have achievements here. So there will be things for you to go and do for hitting certain difficulty levels. It's a ton of mats for crystals, for example, that you can get. You also have an upgrading feature, and this feature is actually going to be really important because you're going to be using a resource here called Chaos Orbs, which you get from doing the Zero system, where it will allow you to increase your attack up to a certain point, which you can see here. Let me see if I can add it here, right? It goes up to 3 currently, and you can see the cap. So 3 increases on your defense, HP, and attack, and you get 5 for the rare species appearance probability. And this is basically more powerful monsters that appear, but you can obtain additional chaos orbs. So it's going to make it easier for you to be able to level up and develop this. Okay. Now the other thing that's really important as well is obviously the chaos matrix. So as you are doing this, you're also going to be able to get more resources, right? So you can kind of see as you level this as well, your capacity on how many chaos orbs you can get also increases. This goes all the way to level 60, and it's at a 1650 cap. And I would assume it probably lasts like 80 something days, if not a little bit more. But right now, currently it has about 79 days. So we got a bit to do for this. And then I'm assuming it resets and you do it all over, and I'll have different like things for you to go and do, maybe even different builds you can probably obtain, etc. Now, of course, with that, they don't have the archives just yet, so we'll be seeing that soon enough when they add it. But the Codex itself, okay, so this is where things are really, really important. What you have here is obviously a Codex or codexes that you can select. Now, there's different codexes that you can actually get, and you'll normally see if you have any of them. So like if we go to merge here, you can either use your regular currency. So your like what is this called, your bits, right, or your units. Your units you can either use to make some of these codexes, or you can use chaos orbs, which is the whole reason why you're grinding them, not just to level up the additional stats, but also so that you can craft these. Now if you decide that you want to actually craft these, the highest difficulty will show here that you can craft or potentially get, and so let's actually go for a merge. It's about 4,500, just to kind of show you guys how it works. You can see that you get a set of options. Now the thing is that they're going to be giving you different difficulties, different attribute weaknesses, but also different effects. Now the other thing that's really important to note is that you'll notice that the save data value says high on the ones that are blue, for example, so the second and third one. And then you'll also see that there's more enemy debuffs or like negative effects that you have to deal with. So like for example, it says rage monsters gain 1 fury every 3 turns, and then the elites, 2 elite spots added. This is going to be what you're going to be trying to like fish for, to kind of manipulate what you may want to encounter to make your build as strong as possible. The other thing that's really important too is that each of these are going to have an incremental increase on how many chaos orb acquisitions that you can essentially get. So like for example, the middle one has 20%, but this very last one has 70% chaos orb acquisition. So I know for me, considering that seems to be a really, really important thing for me to like want to try to get, I'm going to definitely go and grab that. So we're gonna go ahead and select that one. And then that's something that'll hold up and take up a slot. So just note before you hit merge, make sure that you are ready to do so, and then that you want to fill that slot because it will hold up that slot. If you do want to get rid of something though, you have a button here that you can hit if you want to get rid of it, but otherwise you could just leave it, attempt it, and that's that. Bada boom, bada bang, right? So my exploration level, this will level up according to obviously what I've done, excuse me, in like chaos manifestation. So that is something that you can use as kind of like a breather just to kind of complete missions and get certain things done. You'll also be able to still complete exploration stuff too here. As you can see, you'll still be able to level it up, and you'll have new things unlock as accordingly, right? So with that being the case, this is really where you're going to start seeing your builds kind of develop more. There's a lot of different things that are going to take place here, in conjunction to the fact that now now you also at level 40, if we go over to the simulation, you'll be able to actually start farming memory fragments at a much higher interval. So we can now do level 5, but you see here, legendary gear finally drops. So this is now where you'll be able to actually start farming this, and this is going to be you know, playing hand in hand and helping you develop your units to be able to perform better as you're trying to clear the zero system. So this is what I feel like all of this grinding has basically led up to. I know they're saying they're going to have some more QOL stuff to actually make it a lot more seamless and just feel better getting to this point. But yeah, that's essentially that with that, guys. Again, I'm gonna probably have a couple more videos overviewing my account just to show you guys my overall progression, but I just really wanted you guys to see you know, everything that this kind of entails, because it is going to be super huge to your overall progression, just you getting through more of the game. Now the other thing is too, is that at this point, if you have not, still make sure that you're still pushing these missions, man. Like I really honestly like try to make sure that I'm always on track with this, because this actually has kept me, even with some of the content that like nobody in the community has really got to and really farmed just yet, this really does keep you on track. And if you want to get to level 40 as seamlessly as possible, that helps. And also refilling. I've been able to comfortably refill. I haven't max refilled every single day, but I've done it for a couple of days. I think I've done it about 2. And I still have about 10,000 plus, you know, of the current or the crystals. So it really is still feasible. And I still have a good chunk of pulls from me hitting those level markers. So 37 pulls. I still in the shop. If we go over to the exchange shop, or sorry, the memory archive, I can actually buy the remaining 4, so that puts me at like 40 something pools. So we'll just go ahead and snatch that. So yeah, we're doing pretty well, right? And so yeah, I'd kind of get rid of all of these typically, but yeah, that's basically that, guys. But yeah, let me know where you guys are at. Are you at level 40? Are you past level 40? Are you working to level 40? What's going on with your account? How's everything been going? How are you feeling? You feeling burned out, or you feeling like you're just getting started? Let me know in the comment section down below. But that's gonna be that with this one, guys. Everyone stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next Chaos Zero Nightmare video.